Williams. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, man?
All right. I'm sorry. We're sorry for jacking your name up a little bit.
Oh,
earlier,
no, it's
but
okay.
Hopefully,
It's okay. We're all good.
Yeah, man. We don't. I met you. I met you some time ago. I was telling Phil offline that I met you in a Facebook group, and
Right.
we just kind of kept in touch. I knew that when we were in the group, I said, "That's an intelligent brother right there. I need to kind of keep my eye on him." And you know, you've always seemed to be just a genuine guy. So I just wanted to make sure that I kept in touch with you all these years, and didn't know that you were in, you know, doing the work that you're doing, which is very valid in our community. So with that being said, let me just ask, how did you get started in the mental health community?
Mental health field, being a social worker. Well, a therapist. So I got started, actually, I kind of fell into it.
Okay.
Growing up, I always helped other people. Became natural to me. And then I went to school for physical therapy. Didn't like it. Business, didn't like it. And then I worked at a therapeutic camp one summer for kids with challenges, mental health challenges. I started out doing administrative work. By the end of the camp, I was a counselor. So from there, I just went to school, and I went to school at East Tennessee State down in Johnson City, Tennessee, small school.
Okay.
Small school. Went there to play basketball. Never played basketball, but just stayed there.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's how I got into the field, man. I love it. Got my master's, then eventually went and got my license. So I'm an individual therapist. I do family, individual, couples, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you're certified in.
Yeah.
So couples and other. Okay.
Everything, pretty much everything. I'm just a psychotherapist.
All right.
I call it. Yeah.
Okay. So question, what are common myths about mental health?
Well, now that it's getting more popular to talk about it, I think a lot of people misdiagnose themselves or diagnose themselves because they have some symptoms that might be related to a particular mental health illness.
Well, talk about depression. How about that?
So a lot of people say, I'm depressed. So if you're depressed, it's not a situation where you're having a bad day or a bad week. It's a long period of time where you just can't function. Helplessness, hopelessness, your appetite, lack of interest in activities, your daily movement, sleep, it affects your concentration. It's a lot of different things that it impacts. So when you just say I'm depressed and you're just feeling bad or something bad happens, so now my life is over, when it continuously, when you can't function, you can't get out of bed, it's hard for you to do the normal things. You don't want to eat. That's when it becomes an issue of actually, should we look at that and see if that's depression, or you're just going through a bad, time.
Okay. We've seen instances where mental health was in question, like when we talk about the Parkland shooting, or we talk about the even the shooting that happened in Vegas with the guy who just kind of emptied his gun during a concert. So, what are signs that we need to look for in terms of depression, or just as something's going wrong, somebody's in crisis? What do you think?
When you see people behaving out of their norm, when things start to look a lot drastically different, some days I come in, I just don't feel like doing anything. That's different. But if it's a consistent thing where you're just not being yourself, you don't hear from them, they disappear.
Weeks and weeks.
They're getting rid of, a lot of times when people who are maybe suicidal, they get rid of all their things. They kind of just some people just do that. They just give away all their stuff and just drastic behavior.
Now, is that like so I'm giving my stuff away is because I'm trying to prep for the end?
Right.
Or
sometimes they do that, or sometimes they just make the decision that they don't want to be here anymore.
Wow. What do you say about faith? How important is faith and spirituality as it relates to mental health?
I think it's very important, and I think on two sides. One thing is, if you have faith, utilize it. When you pray to get over something. Like it's just like, I want to pray that my car starts. But after you pray, you have to go outside and put the keys in the ignition and start the car. The same thing with mental health. If you're saying I'm depressed, dear Heavenly Father, help me get over this depression. Okay, now what you're going to do? You have to change what you're doing that has you in the same situation. Seek help. Pray for the right therapist. All that stuff can coexist together. It's not something that is separate. You can't just pray something away.
Right.
So you have to put in that effort. Faith is, faith moves.
Right, I got you. Action word. Action word. All right, what are the benefits of therapy?
The benefits is you have someone to talk to. Get the stuff off your chest. No judgment. You pretty much control the session, whatever you want to talk about. Dig deep, things that you might have felt wrong about or felt bad about a long time ago, and you just never got it off your chest. I mean, it's therapeutic. It's just a place so you can just release all this stuff that you've been holding on, and you feel like you can't talk to anybody.
So here's my question: why do you think, or at least from my perspective, why does the black community have such a problem with acknowledging the fact that we have challenge in terms of mental health?
Because that shows weakness. That's what they think. So we can't be weak because we struggle and we deal with all this other stuff. But seeking therapy is actually shows strength. It's acknowledging there's an issue right there. So why not go and talk to somebody? There's a lot of African American therapists out. You have Black Therapists Rock, which I'm a part of.
Okay.
It's a whole bunch of us just out there ready to serve the community because we can relate to some of the challenges our family or friends might have been through because we've been through it ourselves.
Okay. What about, can you speak to senior citizens? I know sometimes as senior citizens they feel isolated. They feel alone. Nobody comes to visit. Nobody, it's not the same. Over the last 10, 20 years, things have dropped off drastically. What do you say to those people who might just need that type of pick-me-up?
Yeah, I think a lot of times senior citizens, like you said, the isolation and stuff like that, but to get them back into activity or something like that, show some purpose, why they're still here. While they're still here, there's still things they can do. There's, all types of exercising, walking, have somebody to talk to, the little groups and everything. They play bingo. My sister actually has some things that she started where she has senior citizens, they're dancing. Okay. They do dance, art class, all those things that they still can do. They have free time.
I believe so. Now I also know that you are an entrepreneur and you are a motivational speaker.
Yes.
What type of services do you offer in terms of motivational speaking, is per se?
Talking about purpose, our purpose. Talk about, it's in line with the therapy stuff. So just from a clinical aspect of motivation, getting out your own way. Talking about the issues or talking about, because we're addicted to motivation, but we have to apply it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I talk about. What are you going to do next? Not just listen to me talk to you and then you go home and you get right back in your funk.
It's about action. Yeah. It's about action. So what groups do you cater to, or does it really matter?
Everybody. In my private practice, I have someone that's 70. I have men, women, I have children. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I cater to anybody that needs help, anybody that wants to hear it.
Brother Paul, you said something powerful. You said we're addicted to motivation.
Yeah, we are.
And I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
it is entirely true.
Right, we're addicted to motivation. The problem is we don't apply it.
We'll go in a room, we'll spend hundreds of dollars to hear somebody speak to us, leave out encouraged, empowered, and then go home and be like right back in the dumps after 2 or 3 days.
We're looking for the next motivator.
I think we think that we can't do it. We can't do what we have heard. It's too much for me. It's good for somebody else, but it's too much for me.
Yeah, that's the side of fear. That's fear.
I'm going to ask you a question that's been on my mind. What role does food play in mental health?
It's very important. Your diet is important.
Is there any particular foods that
struggle? Well, you got the itis. Man. Put you to sleep.
That 2-piece.
Yeah. That Popeyes. I talk about Popeyes all the time. The biscuits, man. I love going to Popeyes eating the biscuits after I feel so bad. I feel full. I feel disgusting and stuff like that. But incorporating vegetables and fruits and stuff like that, some healthy stuff, maybe some protein shakes and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you can't eat those things, but it's important to also add the nutrients and the good stuff.
Make you feel better.
Yeah.
Make you think a little bit better.
It's about balance.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
It's about balance. So just sports fan, can we discuss that just a little bit before? I know we're running short on time, but who's your crew? Who you rock with?
The reigning Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles.
Now you ain't just get there because it's a lot of folks that's going to jump on the bandwagon.
No,
Philly this, Philly
I've
that.
been there since Cunningham. Since we had who else? We had Rodney Peete. We had Vic, of course.
You know a little something.
We had McNabb. We had Jeremy Trotter running the linebacker.
Yeah.
We had Eric Allen. We had a whole bunch of people.
Okay.
Do you think Philly has the capabilities to do it again?
I think so. We just picked up Michael Bennett, which is going to be tough. I think we got another cornerback, and we're still young. The issue right now is the quarterback situation.
Right.
So I suppose your mental health has gotten better now.
Yeah, exactly. And this year I did something that I never do. I didn't talk about the season at all on Facebook. I just watched it. When we won, I ain't say nothing. I was just chilling.
Yeah. So no need to glow.
Yeah. Because every year I do that, we lose, and I'm just everyone's like, "Did y'all win?" And of course not.
How can folks get in contact with you?
You can reach me on Facebook. Everything is Bashe Williams. You can Bashe Williams at Gmail. I have a website, BasheWilliams.com. Everything Bashe Williams.
Now, you just said something funny before you came on. We asked you where you got your name from. You said your mother just made it up.
She did. She made it up at birth. And she said it means born to excel in all things. And
wow. Say that again.
Born to excel in all things.
Okay.
My goodness.
Because I was power in giving a name. You think about it. Where did Alex come from? Somebody just made it up, right?
Right.
So why not? Why can't we do that?
We can't. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong.
That's that motivation you were just talking about.
Right.
I got you.
If I have a daughter, I'm gonna name her the number 4 and put Quanda for Quanda.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
Is that right?
With you, I won't do that.
You just heard him say,
My wife said, no, that's not
if he has a daughter, let's speak things into existence.
Right.
And so they are.
Right.
Thank you for coming on the show,
No
man.
problem, man. It's a pleasure.
We would love to have you back and kind of dive in, just dig deeper into the mental health issue. There are a lot of people struggling.
Yes.
A lot of people struggling, and they don't even know they're struggling.
Right.
So, we definitely want to have you back. Thank you so much.
No problem.
For more information on how to become a guest on Real Talk with Phillip Carter, or for general inquiries, please email us at realtalkwithphillipcarter@yahoo.com. Tune in next Monday for another edition of Real Talk with Phillip Carter.